Now that we've seen the official trailer for Avatar The Last Airbender at least 100 times, the excitement for the release of the show has gone beyond the charts, I'm sure. And while there's a lot to love about the trailer, there is something about it that makes me really worried about this show, and that's what I want to talk about in today's video. But before I get started, please hit that like and the subscribe button if you've not already. Sit back and let's get into what we have for today's video. So amidst all the action and fun in the trailer, there are several changes and updates you might have noticed. 1. Azula now uses a bow and an arrow, and this change has generally been accepted by the fanbase because Azula is all about precision with her lightning and an arrow complements that ability. And also when you add the fact that Zuko already uses swords, it's rather fitting that his younger sister would also be good with a weapon. Another change you might have noticed is the fusion of episode 17, the Northern Air Temple, with episode 5, the King of Omashu, because we're seeing events from the Northern Air Temple play out in Omashu, and I'm quite skeptical about this change. I might talk about it in another video, but the one that threw me off the most is this one.
What it is we're really fighting for.
Now what we just saw says a lot, and the more I think about it, I don't know. So if you remember, in the animated show, it was Zuko that attacked the Kyoshi Island, and he and his soldiers basically burned the whole place down. But for this live action remake, they are passing this transgression to Zhao, which on the surface level is not really a bad thing, but I think it's a signal that they're gonna water down Zuko as a villain. Because why is Zhao now being the one to attack the Kyoshi Island? He already has his own transgressions that made him a solid villain in the first season of the show, like he killed the moon spirits. What could top that? And if you remember, I talked about this issue of live action remakes making villains sort of relatable or less vile, with emphasis on Azula, because I was worried that they might make her sympathetic or relatable without really giving us much. And from what I'm seeing, I think they're already doing that with Zuko. Like, I know we all love Zuko and his growth and everything, but let's not forget that he was an awful villain in the first season of the show. Besides him chasing the Avatar and all that, he burned down the Kyoshi Island, almost killed Suki. Like, I never noticed this until I was editing the side-by-side comparison of the official trailer, and I was like, whoa, he was actually gonna burn Suki to death if not for Sokka's intervention. And I fear that this live action remake might just remove all that and just stick to him chasing the Avatar and transfer all his other wrongdoings to Zhao, since he will be killed off in the first season. And I don't like that, I really don't. And I looked for reasons to say, oh, maybe I'm overreacting with this take, maybe Zuko is there with Zhao, but I don't see how that would be possible since they both hate each other. And if this turns out to be the case that this live action remake passes some of Zuko's transgressions to Zhao, then I think it takes away from Zuko's entire arc, because he started off as a full-blown villain in the first season before becoming an anti-hero somewhere in the second season, then became a hero in the third season. So if this remake puts him as a sub-villain beneath Zhao by making him more sympathetic right from the get-go and watering down some of his worst acts, then I don't know, it won't just feel the same, and I don't think that will pan out well for the show. And if they can do this to Zuko, who already has a redemption arc, then I can only imagine what they'll do with Azula, since the showrunner says she's gonna have an expanded story arc in this first season. But I hope I'm wrong with this take. I hope maybe for this scene, Zuko is off somewhere, maybe raiding a village or something, while Zhao is on the Kyoshi Island. Just anything to make sure that he's an unapologetic villain for the first season of the show. So share your thoughts on this take down in the comment section below. Check out this video I made on Azula so you'd understand how I arrived at the points I've made in this video. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.